Guys still there, but the new look Mavs hosting the new look Warriors last night. Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, what would they do? Well, we take you to the third where the Mavs are up 9 and Klay Thompson finds Kyrie Irving for the three. Mavs make it a 12-point game in the next possession. Can we get a little more? How about 3 more? From way out there, Kyrie knocks down another one. He had 28 points through 3. The Mavs were up, and then fourth quarter, 7-point game. Chef Curry starts cooking. He had 11 in the fourth quarter, 25 on the night. That 3 gives them the 1-point lead. Then 2 minutes to play. Game tied at 104. Kyrie, another 3. He had 42 and 7 rebounds, his third 40-point game this season. Warriors trailing by 3. Jimmy Butler making a big impression already. 21 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. And then game tied, Najee Marshall. The floater from inside. Mavericks back up 2. 20 seconds left. Same score. Jimmy Butler trying to go inside and get another one. But okay, Kyrie Irving, the offensive foul. The Warriors, they charge it, but the call would stand. They challenge it, rather. Stands as a charge. Mavericks win 111-107, the final there. So as things currently stand, both the Mavericks and the Warriors are in the play-in tournament portion of the Western Conference standings right now. Dallas just 2 games back of the Clippers for the 6th seed, while the Warriors are just 1 game up on the Suns for the final play-in spot.
How about the Lakers? Luka, LeBron visiting the Jazz.
That still sounds so weird. I'm not used to it.
Oh, what's that? It is weird, right? Well, it's weird that the Jazz kind of had their number last night. Jazz second worst in the West, taking on Luka early first quarter. Look at this. Luka driving, kind of a little fake there, then toss it back to Rui Hachimura. The over-the-head pass to Hachimura nails the 3, right? Eyes in the back of his head, this dude. LA down 3, though, after 1. Second quarter, Luka, not so magic. Turnover right there. Jazz in transition. Jordan Clarkson finishing it off with the layup on the fast break. Utah up 4. And then Keontae George. Oh, Luka trying to take a charge. Didn't kind of work out like it did for Kyrie. They didn't get it there. And George gets a jumper to fall. Jazz up 8 at the break. Third quarter, Luka. That is magical. To Austin Reeves. And Reeves nails the 3. Look at that. Behind the back, Luka magic in all its glory. Had 16 points, 4 assists, 5 turnovers, though. Lakers down 5. And Jazz up 10. Jordan Clarkson doing whatever he wanted. 21 on the night for him. Utah at 12. And then later in the third, Jazz starting to pour it on, up 17 in transition. Lauri Markkanen for 3. Got it. 32 on the night for him. Jazz win it by 12. Luka, all-star break couldn't come soon enough.
We can go very far. Obviously, today I felt a little bit rusty. 2 games in after my injury, turnovers, missed free throws. So I got to do way better. But now I think we're approaching this break, so we gotta rest. For me, I think it's more mental rest than anything else. But still gotta work. So I'm excited about this break, and I can't wait to go back to play.
All right, the Jazz, by the way, definitely took advantage of the Lakers in the paint last night. They had 54 points in the paint. They shot 27 for 40 in the paint as well. Meanwhile, the Lakers just had 36 points in the paint. Senior NBA writer Brian Windhorst joins us now. Okay, so Brian, how did this loss to the Jazz expose a glaring problem for the Lakers?
Yeah, that graphic that you just showed was really the story of the game. Luka didn't play his best, and we expect to see more from him. But on the interior, the Lakers just don't have great depth. And in this game, Jackson Hayes, who's going to be their starting center, got hurt in the first quarter, a facial injury. And so they had to go with Alex Len, a guy they had signed only 24 hours earlier as their primary center. And quite frankly, Alex Len got dominated. He's not a player, it's a big ask at that point anyway to come in 24 hours and play those type of minutes, but it just didn't work out. Walker Kessler is a quality center. He dominated the game, didn't have to guard the Lakers bigs, had 6 blocks. This is where the rubber is going to meet the road for this team. I expect Luka and LeBron to really thrive offensively. Defensively, they've got a soft spot, and as teams are able to prepare for them, you're going to see them taking advantage on the interior. It's really going to be a question whether J.J. Redick and the length that he's got on the wing can mitigate that elsewhere.
Yeah, and I don't know how you make a playoff run without that kind of interior presence that the Lakers seem to be missing. The loss, by the way, snapping the Lakers' 6-game win streak as they head into the All-Star break with a 32-20 record. They're currently 5th in the West. Meanwhile, the rubber has hit the road for the Sixers. They lost to the Nets last night to fall 14 games below 500 on the season. It's Philly's fifth straight loss, their seventh in 8 games. Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey didn't play in this one. And Paul George scored just 2 points in 37 minutes, tying his season low. Now, Brian, you said yesterday that Paul George was kind of getting a pass for his play as of late with all the attention being put to Joel Embiid. It was his 6th straight game scoring less than 15 points. What are you seeing in him when he plays?
His shooting has just collapsed this year. You know, Ryan, he really had a great year last year. It was the reason that the 76ers went out and got him. He was healthy, he was efficient, and there's just not been there. I mean, the concept of getting Paul George and paying him $212 million was to be that offensive anchor on nights when Embiid wasn't able to play or Maxey was having an off night. So here we have a game where Maxey and Embiid are out. This is exactly the type of moment they need Paul George for, and he has 2 points. Now, again, I'll let anybody have a bad game, especially on a getaway day to the All-Star, but he has had a terrible season. And look, when they gave him that $200 million deal, they knew the back end of it may be a little rough when he got up there in age, but they expected to get greatness from him this year. And right now, this was symbolic. The Nets and the 76ers, one team built to compete for the title, the other team built to get Cooper Flagg, head to the All-Star break with the exact same record. And Paul George is a significant reason why.
Unbelievable. So far from a team that said they had championship aspirations. And by the way, George said after the game that the All-Star break is, quote, definitely needed indeed for him. Brian, thanks. Appreciate it.
Well, Ryan, let's get some shots up. Time for the morning shoot around. Show you what happened around the league last night. And we start with Jason Tatum, who had 29 points in a 116-103 win over the Spurs. Tatum tallied his 41st career game with 25, 10, and 5 for the 4th most such games in franchise history.
How about Jamal Murray? He went off for 55 in the Nuggets win over the Blazers, 132-121. Murray ejected for trash talking against the Blazers on Monday, and he took it out on them big time. The 3rd player with a 55-point game in Nuggets history. And look at those numbers, 7 threes.
Speaking of numbers, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been putting up insane numbers all season. He extended his streak of 20-point games to 22 straight as the Thunder overcame a 21-point deficit against the Heat to win 115-101. Thunder have 36 double-digit wins this season, passing the 2015-2016 Spurs for the most by a team before the All-Star break in NBA history.
And how about Kyrie Irving leading the Mavericks to a much-needed 111-107 win over the Warriors, scoring 42 along the way on 15-25 shooting. It was Kyrie's 8th 40-point game with the Mavericks, 4th most in franchise history. And then there was this. Knicks, Hawks getting together at MSG and delivering an OT thriller. Look at Trae Young coming in with a "sorry, I'm an all-star" jacket. Yeah, he took that initial slight of being left off the team personally. Under 2 minutes left in the 4th. Jalen Brunson drills a 3. Knicks up by 4. 13 seconds left. Georges Niang drills a 3. Now watch this. Ensuing inbound, Karl-Anthony Towns got the ball, and he throws it to Dyson Daniels, who gets fouled. Hawks down 3. Towns is like, what just happened? Bad pass for Towns, and the Hawks capitalize. After the first free throw, Daniels misses the second. Onyeka Okongwu gets the board. Out to Daniels, who gives it to Trae Young, and they foul him. What is going on, New York? Young would make both free throws, tie game. 3 seconds left. Brunson, not going to happen. So game tied at 137 each, and we head to OT. Under 2 minutes left in OT, Knicks up 1. Precious Achiuwa delivering. Now they're up 3. But then Trae Young refusing to quit. 38 points, 19 assists on the night. Hawks down 1, but Brunson here, mid-ranger, good. Knicks up 1. 8 seconds left, same score. Young for the win, driving, missing the layup. Okongwu, the board, back to Niang. Miss, game over. Knicks win it in a thriller, 149-148. All right, let's bring back in Anscape's David Dennis Jr. All right, so David, check it out. The Knicks are 24-6 against sub-500 teams like the Hawks, and only 12-12 against over 500 teams. Now, all the playoff teams in the East right now, with all that over 500, right? As of right now, can this Knicks team come out of the East?
There's no way I'm going to come on the morning after they gave up 148 points to the Hawks and blow a 6-point lead in 10 seconds to tell you this team is going to contend with anybody. Defensively, they have been better. Offensively, they can contest with anybody. But my problem is, what have they done against the top tier teams in the league, against the OKCs, the Cavs, and the Celtics? And I'll tell you, they are 0-5 against those teams, and they've been outscored by 91 points in those 5 games. Yes, they can beat up on these below 500 teams and squeak by on the Hawks, but what I want to see is Karl Anthony Towns specifically show up when he has to go against the top 3 teams in this league. And until they do that, I'm going to believe in the Knicks as a good offensive scoring story and nothing more, because I do not see championship material from this team quite yet.
Yeah, and we always say defense wins championships. That hasn't really been the case for the Knicks this season. The Knicks, 5 games with at least 140 points this season. Offensively, it's been great. That's been tied for their most in a single season all time. But defense, that matters. David, thanks.
Tất cả các bạn đã đến với kênh YouTube của mình. Hiện tại mình là nhà sáng tạo nội dung về mảng video cắt dán trên nền tảng YouTube. Video ngày hôm nay mình sẽ chia sẻ cho các bạn cách tạo ra video cắt dán của mình. Đây là những sản phẩm của mình tạo ra này. Trước tiên, để tạo ra được những sản phẩm cắt dán tuyệt vời, mình sẽ cần những dụng cụ như sau. Đây là giấy thủ công này. Đấy. Rất nhiều màu sắc nha các bạn ạ. Đây là màu cam này. Đây là màu xanh này. Mình đã chuẩn bị rất nhiều màu này. Còn cả màu đỏ. Đấy. Và còn rất nhiều những dụng cụ như đây là hồ dán. Đây, các bạn ạ, hồ dán để mình dán những chi tiết của sản phẩm vào này. Đấy. Và để dán được cắt được cái sản phẩm đẹp như thế này thì mình cần đến một chiếc kéo. Đây là chiếc kéo của mình này. Đấy. Để tạo hình được những hình này thì mình lại cần một cây bút dạ. Đây là cây bút dạ của mình này. Đấy. Đây, những sản phẩm của mình tạo ra mình vẫn còn lưu giữ tại nơi làm việc đây này. Đây chiếc máy chơi game của mình như này. Đấy, chiếc cặp đây các bạn, mình đã tạo bao la rất nhiều sản phẩm rồi. Và quá trình mình tạo ra sản phẩm này không thể thiếu được một dụng cụ nữa là đây là chiếc chân kẹp điện thoại. Đây là chiếc điện thoại để mình quay lại quá trình mình tạo ra sản phẩm này. Đây, đèn hỗ trợ ánh sáng của mình. Đấy. Rất nhiều sản phẩm thì nhiều lắm, bao la, mình nói ngày mai cũng hết được. Đây là nút bạc mình đã đạt được đây này các bạn ạ. Nút bạc của mình sẽ giới thiệu một chút về sản phẩm của mình. Đây là sản phẩm ngôi sao nha. Này, ví dụ đây là sản phẩm ngôi sao. Và để tạo ra sản phẩm này thì mình lại cần một giấy thủ công màu, đây giấy thủ công màu đỏ và giấy thủ công màu xanh đi. Đây là mình đang ví dụ cho các bạn thấy nhá. Đây là chiếc tủ lạnh đây. Để tạo được cái này thì mình sẽ cần đến giấy màu vàng. Đấy. Mà tạo được thành cái này thì mình sẽ cần bút dạ để vẽ chiếc sản phẩm. Xong đấy mình sẽ dùng kéo để cắt. Đấy. Rồi mình sẽ dùng bút dạ tiếp tục để thêm vài chi tiết cho sản phẩm. Đẹp ngay, quá tuyệt vời luôn. Đây, mình sẽ đây quả chuối này. Tóm lại mình làm rất nhiều sản phẩm này, đồ vật này, con vật này, động vật này, đồ vật, con vật, động vật, đồ gia dụng này. Đấy, còn nhiều lắm, rất nhiều sản phẩm. Đấy, cái chảo này, đấy, các bạn thấy cái chảo này có đẹp, có giống không? Cái chảo này giấy màu vàng này, con cá này, sản phẩm mình rất nhiều này. Đấy, sau khi làm xong sản phẩm này mình sẽ tải video lên máy tính để cắt dán, để để cắt ghép những video cho nó hoàn chỉnh hơn. Đấy, như vậy là mình đã hoàn thành được một video, mình sẽ đăng lên kênh của mình để cho các bạn cùng xem. Và bây giờ mình sẽ đi thực hiện cái sản phẩm đó cho các bạn xem nha.
Bây giờ mình sẽ tiêu được cái dán ra rồi mình sẽ in các bạn. Vừa. Mình sẽ in nha các bạn. Thì mình sẽ cắt nha các bạn ơi. Điều đã hứa nhưng là mình đang đâu. Mình sẽ cắt nha các bạn. Mình sẽ in các bạn ơi. Viết đã đâu. Mình sẽ in các bạn ơi. Mình sẽ cắt ngang vào. Sẽ dán các bạn ơi.
Bây giờ gì? Vâng, à, cầm.
Cái gì? Cái gì với chừng?
Cái lẩy tôm, cái lẩy Samsung.
Cái vô gì? Anh kiên vứt đầu.
À, vứt giờ rồi.
Mình sẽ viết tên các bạn ơi. Anh rồi mơ với cái giá xong mà.